Hey there, it's Jason Gorman from Codemanship. I train and mentor software developers. One of the more damaging myths that's grown up around agile software development is this notion that you're not supposed to do any design thinking before you write code. It's a mystery where this idea comes from because, to the best of my knowledge, none of the books on agile software development say anything of the sort. Quite the opposite, in fact. If you look at the original texts around extreme programming, you'll see design sketches, for example. I think perhaps folks have misinterpreted a rejection of trying to design the whole thing up front, as well as trying to plan design at a code level of detail. But high level upfront thinking about the design of the thing you're currently working on, we think that's a good idea. And yes, we also think that thinking about design while you're writing the code is a good idea, and after writing the code too. Basically, we believe in thinking about design continuously, and that includes before we write code. I see so many teams paint themselves into a corner because they jumped straight into writing code, like setting off on a long hike in the mountains without even glancing at a map. One common example of this is the way that responsibilities in our designs have a tendency to bunch up in the entry points, like views, controllers, and services. It's a bit like the way commuters tend to throng around the entrance to a train platform instead of spreading evenly along it. This can create serious barriers for testing, changing, and reusing our code. A bit of thought up front about which modules should be doing what and which modules should be talking to which other modules can smooth the way to more cohesive and loosely coupled designs. Easier to test, easier to change, and easier to reuse. But this is something of a lost art, the baby that got thrown out with the big design upfront bathwater. Visualizing, testing, and communicating design at a high level is super important. And thinking before we write code, looking before we leap, can often save our skins.